Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done like a carp tutorial on what I use for carp fishing. Well, I've changed some things up myself since my last video. I've posted on the how to carp fishing for cheap. I've gotten a little bit more into it now. Last stuff, so I've been spending a little bit more money. But I figured I'd kind of let you see what I still kind of use as a setup. So I got this box here at Walmart. It's just like a kind of like a little storage kit box. It was on clearance actually, so it was like $3. But the top box, each box separates from each other. That stuff. So it's got 3 individual boxes. That separate like so. These are just hooks, and there's also I've been slowly getting into fishing for catfish and bullhead. So there's a little bit of bullhead stuff down there and catfish because they basically almost the exact same stuff as carp do. They're all bottom feeders. Um, but this is as I've shown you in other videos, this is just the oatmeal and ground cinnamon. I've invested in obviously a big giant bottle of ground cinnamon, and I usually now just get the big thing of oats or oatmeal. I'm not a big fan of the quick cook oatmeal, but it does work the same as the old fashioned. Some people think that the stickiness of the quick set the cops don't like compared to the old fashioned where it's more of a dried bread kind of like. So it's all personal preference. I do now use though strawberry jello in the oatmeal. So I'll do one with ground cinnamon, and then I'll do a different bag with strawberry jello in it. And that's all you do is just you rip it open, you pour the powder in the bag, you seal it, you shake it up with the oatmeal, and it's good to go. You do it the same way, make the balls the same way, dip it in the water, squeeze it in and out. It just makes it strawberry flavored instead of the ground cinnamon flavored. Both work great. Especially summertime, that strawberry jello, you get a faster bite, I do notice, than with the ground cinnamon. Um, and here's I got a bag. Usually I'll open up a bag of corn, and I'll just like squeeze out the air, and I'll leave the juice in it and that stuff right now until I go to use it. Then I'll drain the juice out and just fill the hook up with corn, and that works really well too. Makes it harder to cast. That's why I started investing in using there's a regular swivel, and also sorry, I've been sneezing the last couple of days a lot. Allergy season. I have a different one in here, another black one. Let's see. It's a little unorganized because I'm doing a lot of fishing and I don't really organized it that well the other day. Oh, it's fine. So when you're fishing with the corn and that stuff, I'm still using the same size hooks as I was before. These hooks got a little wet, but you see, size 1 hooks. I put those right on to that swivel. It's about the size of the weight I use. But I put the weight on a slider. So this way the carp don't really feel the weight. And you'll be able to cast that corn out pretty far. Or any distance you really want to cast it. If you want to do a short cast, 10 feet off of the shore, you can do that. If you want to cast 30 feet off the shore, you can also do that as well. I in high flowing, big current rivers and stuff like that, I will switch over and use one of these just to help keep it down. But weights are easy to come by. I got a ton of weights, ton of swivels, and I keep it all here in this little top box. It's got a bunch of circle hooks too, because I use those once in a while if I feel like the hooks I'm using they're not gripping it right. and they'll keep popping out or something like that. Because sometimes that will happen. You'll get a nice hook, it'll go in, the carp it'll just lightly grab their lip sometimes on the edge, and you go to set it, and sometimes it'll only stand at just the edge instead of looping all the way through the lip. And then, halfway through the fight, boom, unhooked. So once in a while I throw a little circle hook in there, and I fill that up with corn, and works the same way, except for, like, I'll show you again. So when it goes in the carp's mouth, as it comes out, it grabs and then it loops around basically on itself, allowing you to get that really good hook set. I picked up these. Ooh, that was a sharp hook. Ew, these were on clearance. $1.50. And that stuff. And these are what I've been using for catfish. Just take that stuff, you squeeze it right into this hole, fills it up so it's dripping all out. You cast this out there. They come up and they bite right onto this, and boom, good to go. So I've been trying out a couple other rods. I still have my Tiger Shakespearerod. That's still kicking butt. But the other day I went with, if I can get it down, I went with the, hold on, I gotta flip it over, upside down. I should be able to read it. Get it on the camera. This is the Contender by Shakespeare, and it was supposed to be for big game fish, and it was working great. I caught a couple of 18s on it. That stuff. I caught a 24. Was working great, and then I hooked it to a 30 plus fish. It had them at least over 30 pounds. I had to cut the line because there was just no way I could get it in. It spooled out all of the line, and unfortunately, it snapped the handle right off the rod. So that was a downfall. I mean, but it was still a great rod. Like I said, if you fish for carp that are going to be like 25 pounds or under, it'll be perfectly fine. That stuff. But I did order a new wheel for the rod itself, for the Contender, only because the rod itself has great action, and it's a nice stiff rod. The rod handles up that stuff beautifully. It was just the wheel that were, they're plastic wheels, so they're not really made that well. So I was looking around, and my friend was like, I wonder how those bait runners are on Wish. They're $20. And I'm like, usually you spend like $200 on a decent bait runner. So I went on Wish, looked at a bunch of reviews, and everybody that got one, this one right here is the KM60. That stuff, and it's seems to be really, really nice. I like it. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna give it a try tomorrow morning. Our rivers are really high here, so I'm probably gonna have to use some good, decent weight on it, but that's okay. I got the sliders, weights ready to go, corn. I also ordered for my first time too is some EVA bags. I've never used those yet, but I'm looking forward to trying out some new stuff. I definitely have gotten some more actual carp stuff than what I've gotten before. Some of it I've ordered off of Wish, some off of eBay. Trying to keep it as cheap as I can, because I'm definitely, I'm not one of those guys that are out there every day, spending 3 or 4 nights there just to catch that one, like, enormous carp as I can. I'm only going out there in the morning, spending like 4 or 5 hours max, catching as many fish as I can, that stuff. Or sometimes I do go at evening. I'll spend, a couple evenings, that stuff. I'll go at like sunset, stay till about midnight, and then call it in. That stuff. I work Monday through Friday, so mostly the weekends. But as a weekend warrior for carp fishing, I definitely invested some money into it and that stuff. I got what, three carp rods now. I have 2 tiger rods, and I have the contender. And like I'm saying, you guys, you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to go out there, spend $900 on a special carp fishing rod that has all these abilities. You can literally go to Walmart, spend about $30 on that stuff, get a decent rod, get yourself a can of corn, a couple of ways. You really don't need the sliders. That stuff. When I first tried out corn for the first time ever, I just tied a weight onto my line, and I gave about 2 foot after the weight, and then I tied the hook on, and I ran it like that for a little bit, and that worked just as well. That stuff. So, I mean, you don't really have to get the sliders. I know the sliders can be expensive. Um, but if you guys want me to try something new, maybe you have a trick that you've been using that's been working, and you want me to try to see how I think of it, let me know. Definitely put a comment. Subscribe. I'm definitely gonna get more videos out this year. A lot more carp fishing. Gonna try to get some bass fishing in there too. Maybe some trout. I do have a new setup for my camera, a whole new holder that allows me to get a lot more better videos instead of it being kind of all floppy like it has been. I have a video up of me catching a carp, but then the phone fell over from the wind. So that's not gonna happen anymore. I'm excited. It's gonna be a great summer. That stuff. So get out there, guys. Catch some fish. See some videos. Send some likes. Put some comments. And keep on fishing.